are clear to play.
Alright, time to start a little painting vlog with Mike.
Hey.
Mike, how's it going?
It's going pretty well.
What you painting?
I'm painting up some Eldar Warlocks and Farseers as allies for my Dark Eldar, which I should be painting them because I only have like 10 of them done, but...
Sweet.
Yeah, needed to change the pace.
Well, Mike's going to be painting. I'm going to be finishing up the Big Bomber. I really only have the cockpit left to do, and I have a pretty good idea what I need to do. I have some repairs to do on the back. I think they fell behind my desk, so I got to find those models later. But I decked everything out, and I put it right beside Chris's Phantom Titan.
It's not Phantom Titan.
What is it? No, the Phantom Titan is the...
That's the...
This is...
Vampire Hunter?
Vampire.
Vampire Hunter something.
Abe Lincoln?
Yeah. Which I've not seen yet.
Which I may dress up for Halloween as.
Nice.
No, I'm going to be just a regular Jew. Like Orthodox. I have a friend with hair extensions that'll be able to curl in front of yarmulke.
Yeah.
With the utmost respect. But, and a suit with some bling. You love it. We're going to put Titan in the back. While the other flyers... As you can see, the other flyers just look so small. That's good. So I got them nice and secure. I shake them. Nothing too bad. What I actually did, I had this huge chunk of like pewter / lead. I don't know what it was. It was a big hunk of metal. And I washed my hands afterwards because I didn't want to absorb poisons. But I sawed it in half. Well, it was like almost in thirds. Like I cut it in the third and then I cut it in half again. And I cut one of those thirds in halves and I kind of stuck them in with some green stuff. And then I actually opened up one of these engine, because these are empty, a hollow inside. And I shoved one in there. And so there's a bunch of weight right here. And then there's no weight right here. But it's enough to tilt it forward, because without it, it was just always tilting back like this. And that was just unacceptable. So it's good. You have to take it slightly off one edge first so it doesn't catch. But it's looking good. And then a couple other things. What I need to do is... Oh no, he broke! Where is he? There he is. I have some Storm Boys. They're like holding on to stuff. And so these will be put on, but because they're going to be impossible to paint while they're on, I'm going to paint them and then glue them on. And of course, my Big Bomber, I found like this is like from a Land Raider kit. So I glued that on, so it'd be nice. And all I have to do is hook her on, and we're good. And I'm turning that way now. Luckily, wires twist. We should twist the other way. Don't worry, guys, I got this.
I still think that thing needs a special rule where it has a chance to not explode and just have deployed a battle wagon instead.
It'll be a battle wagon with one hull point left.
Yeah.
That must drive forward as fast as possible no matter what. I can live with those rules. Alright, now for the uber big bits box of death. So Mike, what have you been doing with your time away from MiniWarGaming?
A lot of running, actually.
Oh yeah, I see on Facebook like your little tracked runs.
Yeah,
Pretty cool, actually.
I got a dog back in October, and he's basically been my inspiration to be more active. So we actually like run with him like twice a day now.
That's pretty awesome.
I get up at like 6 a.m. and take him running, which is I kind of gross, but because it's 6 a.m. So my problem with working out of town is like if I want to do stuff in the morning, I have to do it really early in the morning.
This is why I kept coming to work late.
Yeah. Sure.
No, those are flash kits. See, I have, look at all these black works.
Yeah.
And they're all going to become flash kits.
Nice.
One day.
Yeah.
One day.
I have so many one-day projects.
Too many. Look, I just have bikes. They're going to become non-bikers.
Yeah.
Shoot arms. What am I even looking for? I don't even remember. I was looking for legs. Legs.
Someone once told me that a wargamer cannot die while he has unpainted models.
What kind of motivation is that?
I think I'm immortal. I've got thousands of the things now. I believe I've got 5 armies unpainted at this point, or partially painted at best. And the really weird part is my orcs are the closest ones to being done, only because I painted like 130 of them like 4 years ago.
They're still in the box in the back.
I think they finally made it to my house like a week ago.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I was told to clean out the warehouse.
How long ago was it that?
I haven't worked here for almost a year.
Okay, that's not actually that bad. Yeah, it was more when I moved in permanently.
Yeah.
It was like I took over Mike's old desk.
And they're like, well, now all Mike's stuff should probably actually go.
And I was like, I have no room.
And we bought some time by just putting it all into like a storage box and hiding it in the back of the
Yep.
shipping room. And then Matt found it one day.
Yeah, we tried to delay, but
Because once you've been here, you don't really want to permanently leave. But I've got so much stuff here still. The display case that's kind of right behind the camera, I still have like a full shelf there, so. Yeah.
Is that all that painting stuff, or no? That's the clothes.
No, but in the display case, yeah, the second shelf down's all. Actually, it's about 2,000 points of my Necrons that are painted.
Oh yeah, don't you have those Tau in there too?
I've got a couple Tau in there, not very many.
Those are the Forge World models, right?
Yeah, I've got a few Forge World Tau.
I'm gonna steal those for some battle reports.
Just don't break them.
No promises. They are Tau after all. They are flimsy. But the models will be taken care of. Yes.
They can die all you want. Actually, the Shazo Ramir in there, he's pretty beastly as Tau suits go. He's
the one with the shield?
If he uses he's got the shield and he's got built-in flechette dischargers. Means anyone in base contact with him gets a wound on a 4+ at the start of combat.
What?
He basically is like firing out like. It's actually one of the war gear.
Yeah, that's
for vehicles. But yeah, he's got it on his battle suit.
Yeah, Owen uses it all the time against me when I face him with my orcs. And I'm like, I charge with 20 orcs into your vehicle. Half of them receive a wound, and 8 die.
Yeah.
So 8 die from charging, but then I blow it up easily.
Yeah, that's why you're not supposed to let your vehicles get charged.
Yeah. But then why get flechette chargers?
Just in case.
True that.
Because it's like, what, a 10-point piece of war gear that's always going to make back its points?
Even killing orcs.
Only has to kill, what, 2 base orcs to pay for itself? It might be 15 points, I honestly don't remember.
I just click on things
like,
in army building.
The least capable person of discussing the cost of armies when I haven't played a game in quite literally a year now.
That's sad. That's what happened to me actually. I didn't play for like almost 2 years. I had like nothing going on.
Yeah.
And then Matt's like, the vault's doing well enough. We want to hire somebody. Interested? I'm like, He's like, you can think about it. I was like, think about it.
Yeah. You're going to pay me to paint my army and play games with it? I don't know, Matt. I might need to take on more responsibility. That just sounds too...
Hey, for a single guy in school,
yeah,
fantastic.
What are you taking right now, anyway?
I'm still taking computer science.
Yeah.
I'll be it very slowly.
So you can be my lackey one day?
One day.
It's kind of funny because the company I work at now, there's 15 programmers, give or take, everyone else is a computer science grad, and I'm the only guy there that's like, I've just been doing this since I was like 6 and I'm self-taught.
You actually didn't go to school for it at all?
No, I went to school for electrical engineering for 2 years and was like bored out of my mind by it. Like, it was interesting, but I could not see doing it like 40 hours a week.
Right.
And so I didn't actually finish. There were other things happened too. My parents got divorced that year, and we won't get into it, but point is, I didn't graduate. So I am at a job where literally there are guys there who are working on their masters in their spare time.
And you're like, school.
Yeah, and they come to me for help. So the moral of the story here is don't stay in school.
No,
I didn't tell you that.
What, particularly with computer science, but also other things I'm sure exist. But there's the people who, like, my first few years of college, I worked really hard, and I did super well in my classes. Like, I was on honor roll, blah 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 blah. Not to brag or anything, but I just did my assignments.
Right.
But then there's all the other people who actually didn't get as high marks because they're doing so many other stuff, but they had all their own individual projects because they just enjoyed programming on their spare time.
Right.
And now where I'm struggling now is that it's like, it's not as, integrated into my life as it should have been.
Right.
And then I've taken a break from school for a little while. And so getting back into it, it's like, yeah, I got to program.
Oops.
And it's like, and it's just, when it gets more complicated, it's whoever has spent the most time and experience doing it, not so much that you've gone to schooling for it.
For sure.
It's pretty neat, actually. Ooh.
That's the kind of thing, too, I think, where I work, the other guys, because a lot of them actually went to school together. Like, they even, like, literally in the same classes in the same year. And so they know certain ways of thinking and certain procedures. And I'm the guy that doesn't know those things, necessarily. And so when they're like, yeah, we're having trouble, like, figuring this out, and all of us have tried it, and it makes no sense.
It's like the Matrix. Free your mind.
Yeah, exactly. Like, let's let Mike try this, because he may not see it the same way.
Oh, good old
So I get a lot of that. I do love what I'm doing, though.
That's good.
I hate the drive to work, but that's okay.
Where are you working right now?
It's in downtown Hamilton.
Yeah. It's like an hour drive.
Yeah, almost exactly. I don't go to work, or don't go to the office every day. I work from home once or twice a week, which helps a little bit, but...
I don't know how to start, like, the base to my cockpit.
Yeah, needs more than just the skull taped on it.
Well, I'm gonna put this thing right here from, like, the stomp kit, and it's gonna go on the front like this. It's gonna be slightly tilted, so it's kind of like a face and a battering ram, so you can run another flyers, puncture it, kill it, drag itself down, I don't know, somehow make it back out. Or not, doesn't matter, because it killed something. But maybe if I rip apart this Def Copter, maybe that'll be good for, like, maybe on the side there. Actually, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. These Citadel clipper things, I have done so much, like, sculpting and tearing apart. Like, you're like, just stick one in and you just start twisting,
Reefing.
and then you just start gnawing away at everything. Like, this is the tool of, like, you don't even need an X-Acto knife. You can just use this. It's a bit harder than an X-Acto knife sometimes. If you have both, it's great. But you can do everything with this. You can. X-Acto knives aren't really expensive either, so there's no real reason not to get them.
But
when I was first starting, and I was like, well, let's see if I can do it with this.
And you did.
It was fantastic. I was forever cherished those memories.
Yeah, blue is not bad. It's just,
yeah. I know. Yeah.
I'm not thrilled with it.
I know exactly how you feel. It's like, yeah, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look good. Doesn't look like great.
Well,
good enough, rather.
Well, the funny thing is, like, these guys are an HQ choice. And it's a fairly detailed model, but it is a couple years older. But then I've got my regular, you know, whatever, 11 or 12 point Cavalite Warriors. And I've been spending like 4 hours a piece painting them. Like, I've got like 5 of them done, and then like 1 Hellion and like 1 or 2 other models. Because I'm just like picking out all the little edges on like the Cavalite armors. Like, there's lots of little edges, right? They wear like that layered like carapace plate type stuff.
Yeah.
And this guy's like, oh, I've got shoulder pads and a neck guard, and then I'm wearing a robe. And it's like, and it's such a basic model by comparison to like even like the lowest troop that I've been painting otherwise.
So it's in a way easier to paint, but harder to paint to look awesome.
Yeah, because I mean, like, I've been at this for what, 15 minutes, and it looks like it's about half done. And I'm so confused by this.
What's happening?
Which I realize I need to paint faster, or else I will never get to play a game.
Or die.
Or die. I'll never get the chance to die.
That's always that to consider.
Maybe that's why I paint the way I paint.
See, I've never heard that before, and I paint pretty fast.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
I think you ruined it for me.
You always have more models.
Yeah.
You have no shortage.
It's true. It's like the plastic computer crack thing. It's like, right when you're about finished, you're like, oh, I can justify buying a few more models.
Well, it's like, I've got an unpainted Orc army, an unpainted Dark Eldar army, an unpainted Dark Elf army, unpainted Tau, and I've probably got enough Marines at home to make at least like a 1,000-point list, right? Just bits left over from old commissions. And that's not counting my Legion of Everblight, my Cerulean collective for Firestorm Armada, and there's probably some other stuff there that I don't even know about. And then like random Dungeon and Dragon figures and like, you know, Reaper minis and stuff like that.
Yep.
So all that, and last week I'm like, hey, I should probably get this the new 6th edition starter set because the models look really sweet. I'm like, I didn't, but I was just like, man, this looks so fantastic. I want it. And I'm like, wait. It's going to go to the bottom of the pile. I'm going to paint like 1 model from it, and I'm never going to look at it again. Or at least not anytime soon.
No.
So, I didn't buy it.
I'm so proud of you.
I know. But I eventually want the mini rule book from it, so.
Yeah.
I have not yet read a 6th edition rulebook.
I have read too much of it.
That's the problem with working somewhere where there's not just rulebooks in everybody's desks.
It's true. Like, the couple days before it got out, it was at MiniWarGaming, and we were all reading it profusely. And then the one that was set aside for the store use, Dave took home. And I had a game on Monday to try out 6th edition right when it came out, and I didn't have the rulebook over the weekend. That was an interesting game. I was like, yeah, and then I look back, I'm like, wow, I did so many things wrong. But the best way to learn 6th edition is to play it and get things wrong, and then learn, and then fix it.
Well, it's the same with really any army, too, is just play it. If you make mistakes, learn from your mistakes, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what this blue. Just not feeling it. Maybe I'll get some like 2nd tier highlights and see if it. But then it might just be too bright. I mean, as much as he's an ally, he's basically supposed to look like he's Dark Eldar, not, you know, Happy Craft World Rainbow Eldar.
The Elder pansies are so beautiful. They're so fabulous.
No, I'm playing angsty space elves.
Alright, alright. That I can get behind. I guess I don't really need to make it look that good because it's going to be covered by that big face.
Yeah. Ow.
I felt that.
Well, skin's still on my knuckle. We're good.
That's good. I randomly find like skin sheared off my hand, and I'm like bleeding, and I'm like, how long has that been there?
Like, where have I been leaving blood? Like I've got
Man,
this
that
one.
blood on my mini looks so lifelike.
2 days ago, I'm just like, when did this happen? Just realized I was bleeding on things.
Okay. Fooling around with sharp tools all day. What does that just mean?
It could just be you. Nope, this is not going to work for me.
Alright, so those of you who remember my Polish friends who sent me this little orc with a beret and like a bajillion amount of pieces, it's crazily magnetized. And I was like, why would you ever need to magnetize something this much? And I was like, pfft. But then the genius struck in. His backpack comes off, his torso comes off, and now it can be the pilot. And so he'll sit in here, and he'll be the pilot, and then I can easily, take a magnet, and then he can jump out. So when it's going to crash or something, he can jump out with like a bunch of storm boys or something, or just by himself, because it'd be hilarious. And he'll probably die really quick, but that's not the point. The point is that he can get there and be a nuisance.